Hey, welcome to What's Up at the River. This is Carrie Larson. I am the Executive Director of the Laughlin Chamber of Commerce. And today I have Dustin Utzinger from Caesars Entertainment representing Harrah's and the Tropicana. So tell me, what's up at the river?
Thanks for having me, Carrie.
You're welcome.
Well, we're excited to kick off our entertainment season, our official kickoff this weekend with a sold-out killer show, of course.
That's very exciting.
Friday night, so very excited about that. Got a pre-party plan. It's going to kick off at 4 o'clock. We've got a great band out of Las Vegas called the Roxy Gun Project. It's going to be there. We'll have, cocktails, games, early merch access, and should be a good time. It's going to be a beautiful day.
So you're telling me I need to clear my schedule that afternoon?
Yep, you need to get out of work early that day.
Okay, well, that's fine. I'll take care of that. So tell me, how did we get the Killers here?
Well, they were playing, of course, at the Coliseum in Vegas. They had their 20th anniversary shows of the Hot Fuss album they released. And they were playing in Tempe the following Saturday. So happened to be routed through Laughlin, and they reached out to us. So it was an awesome opportunity to bring such a huge act to the market.
That's a pretty big deal. They reached out to us.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Very cool.
How did you feel when you got that phone call?
It was a little nerve-wracking. I've never dealt with such a large group like that, but it's going to be a great show.
I mean, they are huge. For the younger Gen Xers and the millennials, this is a mega band coming out. That they're so good, I think that all of our boomers might really enjoy this show. I have heard it's one of the best shows you will ever see. So for having them come to Laughlin is very exciting, at least for me personally.
Yeah,
I'm very
cool.
excited.
Yeah, I got a chance to see the show at Caesars Palace in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and it was amazing. So I'm really looking forward to it.
They'll knock your socks off.
Yep. Absolutely.
And he's a great singer.
Yeah, he is.
You know, a lot of people might not know they are from Las Vegas. Yep. And a lot of their albums are named after things from Nevada. So, for example, one of them is Sam's Town. Another one is Battleborn. And they try and keep that Nevada theme, which I think is pretty awesome.
It's very cool.
It's nice to have people that respect their heritage and put Nevada on the map aside from just being Las Vegas.
Right.
So good job.
Thank you.
What else is coming up?
Well, our next act, we got Bret Michaels is bringing Dee Snider from Twisted Sister and Slaughter on March 22nd. So we're looking forward to that. And then on May 3rd, we've got Los Angeles Azules, a very popular Latin act that's going to be paired up with our big Cinco celebration event at Tropicana. So that's, of course, one of our biggest events for the market, bringing over 100 cars and bikes, vendors. We've got 4 bands rotating inside and out throughout that weekend. So really looking forward to that. Yep.
That's exciting.
The show, of course, is at Harrah's, but still.
I'm sure there's lots of ladies in this valley here that are very excited about Bret Michaels coming to town as well.
Of course.
He's a huge star for us 80s lovers, us kids that were there.
Right.
So how did you end up with Bret Michaels and that whole crew coming out here?
Bret's actually been here before.
Okay.
So we just invited him back. It's a party girl tour. So that's why he's bringing all his friends. It's going to be should be a perfect weekend with March Madness and everything else going on.
Oh yeah, March Madness is coming up. Sports books will be packed.
Yep.
How exciting. And
then for the fall, September 13th, we've got one of the biggest rising country stars with Bailey Zimmerman. It's going to be out here September 13th. That went on sale last month, and it's almost sold out already. So there's just a handful of tickets left for that one.
So Laughlin is really making a name for itself as a country music destination.
Absolutely.
So do you guys tend to focus and target those kinds of acts to come here?
Yeah, country is always the staple for this market, but we like to try new things too and bring in new acts to try to appeal to the younger crowd. And there's a lot of different genres out there.
Yeah, for sure. And we have a lot of rooms here.
Absolutely.
So we need to pack them up with as many people from different genre-loving folks that we can get into town.
You got it.
Well, so tell me, how did you end up in your position? Where did you start in the industry?
I actually moved out here, I think it was 2010, and I started out in the Players Club at Harrah's and fell in love with the marketing world and progressed through multiple positions there, and then over time and fell into the entertainment world.
So tell me about the first couple of times you worked with a band or managers? How was that? How did that go?
It's always a little nerve-wracking with some of these top-tier celebrities, but these guys are well-oiled machines that tour all over the country. Got a great team around me to support us, so it's always fun.
Did any of them have you going like all fanboy?
The Whiskey Myers and the Riley Greens of the world, of course, are kind of up my alley.
You had those moments where you're like, oh my God.
Yep, absolutely.
That's exciting. So tell me about who would be your big get? Like, who would be your dream act to bring to Laughlin?
I don't know. I can't get off of the Killers right now.
I
Honestly,
know.
that's probably up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any else. I've always kind of leaned towards the countryside. So, like I said, the Whiskey Myers is probably my biggest fanboy moment. The biggest get that we've had out here for a while.
That was also a huge deal.
Yeah, very cool.
They were huge to come out. I love seeing all the different giant acts that come out here and sell out our arenas.
Yeah, it's great. Puts little Laughlin on the map.
I remember when Keith Urban was here, and he did that video and posted it probably on Facebook, and the whole town lost their minds.
Right.
So I'd love to see, if any of them are seeing this, throw a shout out video to Laughlin, because our town loves that kind of stuff.
It's great.
So you were telling me earlier about switching up the venue?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're still working on a great entertainment lineup, but after our last show in the spring, we're actually going to rotate the Rio Vista Amphitheater. We're going to move the stage on the opposite end, so you have that beautiful backdrop of the Colorado River. It's going to allow us to expand the venue a little bit too, so we can continue to go after these big, top tier acts. So really excited about that.
So that's going to be nice, because it kind of slants down towards the river.
Exactly.
And I know some of those floor seats can be a little difficult to see around sometimes with the way that it is. So that's going to be wonderful. It's
going to give us a lot more space, better viewing angles. So that's going to be exciting.
For sure. Well, it helps that I have a grading background, so I understand what that'll do to it.
I'll remember that then. Absolutely.
So tell me, what else do you have going on inside your resorts? Now, Harrah's doesn't necessarily have live entertainment. Most of that is over at Tropicana, or am I misspoken?
Yep, every weekend, every Friday and Saturday, starting at 7 o'clock. We've got free live entertainment in Tango's Lounge. Fortunately, we don't have a great spot for it at Harrah's, but it's something we're working on.
Really?
But yeah, we've got great free live entertainment every weekend at Friday and Saturdays.
So we need to keep going to Harrah's and look around for some construction in the near future?
Exactly.
Well,
hopefully.
That's a good clue.
Yep.
I'd love to see that. I think that with the visitorship that we get on the river, the more live music we can put onto the resort corridor, the better. And then how do you get the Vegas bands to know about Laughlin and come down here?
Yeah, majority all come from, the same agent groups. And we reach out and we'll say, hey, we have these dates available, and they'll help us book from there.
So tell me about working with agent groups. I mean, are there ones in Las Vegas that book these musicians?
Yeah, majority that we deal with are directly in Vegas. I got a great entertainment manager that deals with them directly and brings them in and just looks for a little bit of guidance on who we bring in.
So you're talking to your Caesars corporate people there. They help with bringing people down?
They can help. For some of the smaller acts we bring into Tango's Lounge, it's typically just through separate agencies outside of the company.
Are there a lot up in Vegas? A lot of agencies up in Vegas?
Quite a few, actually. Yep.
That's interesting. You'd think that there would be, with so many different, acts that happen up in Las Vegas. Have you thought about bringing down anyone or any act that is not necessarily music or comedy?
Outside of the comedy, I mean, we rotate in our magicians, of course, through our Fiesta showroom at Harrah's and try some new things in there. A lot of illusionist, some other stuff outside of the comedy and standard concerts. But that's kind of our staple.
Yeah. And that would go into that showroom that you have inside for the most part?
In our Fiesta showroom, yep.
Okay. And who do you have there?
Right now, upcoming, we got a great Johnny Cash tribute called Man in Black. It's been in the market multiple years, March 20th through the 23rd. Going to have 4 shows back to back. And then that's it for right now, but we got a couple others we're getting ready to announce very soon.
How high is the ceiling in there?
It's very high.
I wonder if we could have anybody flipping around.
Yeah. It's always a possibility,
cool, right?
Of course, absolutely.
I know there's a lot of those kinds of shows up there, but I don't think they travel well.
Yeah, we got a really good one I'm excited to announce coming soon.
Well,
so keep an eye out.
That's fun.
Yep.
Okay, now you're going to leave me guessing on who that is. It's a for now.
Right.
I love it when we get surprises, and then the whole town loses their minds on Facebook.
Yep.
So you talked a little bit about how you got into your position. Did you have an interest in music prior to getting involved with this?
Absolutely. I mean, I've always loved the entertainment side of the business and always been a big fan of music.
Mm-hmm. So what has been your favorite show you ever went to?
Recently, probably would have to be Red Clay Strays.
Oh, yeah.
I got a chance to see them in Vegas. It's one that I'd love to bring to this market.
Okay.
Those new and up and coming, crosses multiple genres. So that's something I'd love to see.
Okay, favorite all time. The one you just can't stop thinking about.
That's probably it right there.
Back
Muscadine.
in ...
Yeah.
I went to the...
Of course, Zach Bryan. Got a chance to see him in Vegas as well. Great show. That's probably one of my bucket list ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was your first concert you ever went to?
First concert was actually a heavy rock kind of metal show with Pantera when I was 14 years old. So that was a wild show for the first one at the Peoria Civic Center.
It's funny that you say that because for my son's 13th birthday, he asked to go to Metallica and Pantera opened for them. And I've got these two 13-year-old kids next to me looking around like they were surrounded by serial killers.
Right.
They lost their minds. Oh my God, what are we doing here? And then Metallica came out and everything was fine.
Right.
But they had never listened to that or it was pretty wild to watch
the
their
bar
faces.
pretty high.
I know, right? But hey, they were in Phoenix, so we just jotted down there.
Yep.
There's so many places that we can go to quickly from here to see the great big shows. But I'm seeing them starting to wander into our town.
Absolutely.
And you're having a lot to do with that, which is very exciting, I'm sure, for you.
Very much.
So what do you do on your weekend when you're not working?
A little off-roading is probably my biggest go-to.
UTV, dirt bike?
UTV. All the way. Absolutely.
What's your favorite trail?
I love the Narrows. It's a very cool trail, secret pass. There's so many trails off of the parkway out here.
Did you miss the party? I didn't see you at the party last weekend. Barb Weber's party out in the desert was pretty awesome.
Very cool.
Those little pop-up bars that we have, be nice to sneak, she snuck some musicians in there and we'll have to talk later.
That could be an opportunity. There you go.
We could have a giant concert in the desert.
Right.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Absolutely.
We should go for it.
I like it.
Why not? You're like, I got to get clearance for that. We'll talk to BLM.
There you go.
Reach out to your chamber.
Exactly.
All right. So this is all super exciting. Thank you so much for coming out.
Of course. Thanks for having
me. Our very first What's Up at the River. So I appreciate you coming out.
Of course.
And I hope you'll come back and visit with us.
Will do. Thanks, Carrie.
Today I have with me Jeff Gibson from Bilberry Industries, representing Old Town Saloon.
Hello.
How are you doing, Jeff?
Good.
What's up at Old Town Saloon?
Oh, we have a lot that's going on
I
right
know.
now. We're actually, right now, I have a bar full of people for our Tuesday $6 Wrangler burgers.
Hey.
And we're selling a lot of them.
You've got some great food over there.
We do have some great food. I have some amazing cooks over there.
Yep, I had a wonderful burger there a couple Saturdays ago, and I love the chicken fingers.
Oh, yeah.
They are one of my favorite.
Very good. I'm super proud of the food that we put out over there.
I think you should be. It's worth it, and it's a great price.
It's very affordable.
Smoking deals.
Yes.
We love that. Well, I am a huge fan of your entertainment that happens there. So tell me, what's going on right now?
Well, this weekend we have the Killers After Party featuring Roadwork. If you like your 80s and 90s music, Roadwork is an amazing band.
Yeah.
Very good.
I will be there.
You will. Good.
The Killers are fantastic, and I'm super excited.
So they'll be there Friday and Saturday night. Friday night they start at 9, and Saturday, they're 8 p.m. start times.
Okay.
So on Sunday, we also have a local blues band, Whisper Blue, that will be there from noon to 4. They do a lot of original music,
that's
plus
nice.
some covers, but should be a lot of fun.
We have some really great bands in the area. You tend to bring them in. So tell me.
I try to.
Yeah. What is your thought process behind who you book for the venue?
I try to mix it with whatever's going on in town. So, I mean, Roadwork is an amazing band, but I never put them after, a country show or whatever. But
Right.
I try to mix whatever's going on in town for the most part.
Keep kind of the same vibe going
Kind
on.
of go with the vibe, yes.
So who's been some of your favorites that you've brought to Old Town?
Well, Roadwork is a favorite of mine. Catbone is always a crowd pleaser as well. And I will have Catbone there on a Sunday as well on March 16th. So you don't want to miss that one. Tyler Halsey is another favorite, and we'll be doing his album release party on March 7th at 8 p.m. So come down and see Tyler. Tyler's super popular in town,
Yes.
as you know.
He packs the house,
He
that's
does.
for sure.
He does. He's really a good time. I've watched him grow because I've had him probably the last 3 or 4 years, and he just keeps getting better and better.
That project of his was a long time coming, but I know he put a lot of thought into it.
Absolutely, absolutely. As you know, we do karaoke when we're not doing bands. John and Savannah are probably the best. Very popular. They
Yes.
love being there, and people could tell.
Yeah, and they're great singers.
Yeah,
That doesn't
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really bring the crowd together, and you get all kinds of people in there for karaoke night.
I do, and it's we have a pretty good singers for the most part. Well, for the most part.
For the most part is right. Depends on the evening, right?
Right.
How much fun they had beforehand.
Right. If you like the B-52s, you come down here, Carrie singing it.
Shh, don't tell anybody. What else is happening?
We do have a good food specials. I already mentioned that we do the $6 regular burgers on Fridays. We have our fish and chips for $8.99, which is amazing. We have very good cod there. So we have coming on Sundays here in March as well, Jay Gordon. Jay Gordon, he's a crowd favorite as well. If you
Tell me
like the
about that.
blues, if you like the blues, you'll love Jay Gordon.
Okay.
He's been around for a long time, toured Europe. He has a bunch of albums.
Oh,
I think he has just released another album here within the last couple of months, and I think he's going to be doing a European tour here this summer. So
well, that's impressive.
catch him while you can. We have him 3 times here. We have him on the 2nd of March. We have him on the 30th, and I think we have him sometime in between there too. But
Tell me a little bit about how you got to where you are today. How did you get involved with entertainment and running the bars for Bilberry Industries? What's your background? Where'd you come from?
Oh, I've been on the river for over 40 years, and I just kind of worked my way up. I mean, my first job over here, I was scrubbing pots, and just kind of worked my way up from there. And I've always been dabbled in music, so here, working for Bilberry's, I get to mess with that more. I mean, I do all the sound for all the bands. I book all the bands. I do all the sound for the bands, and so far, everybody likes how I mix them. So if the band is feeling good, they let people know by playing well. So
Yeah. Well, that's for sure. I know that Old Town has one of the best sound systems on the river.
it sounds amazing in there. It really does. And I'll put that club up against just about any other place in town as far as the sound and the vibe in there.
How did you learn how to mix sound?
I don't know. I just kind of have an aptitude for it. I've been around bands and music and all that, since I was like 18 years old, either playing or
didn't know
setting
that.
up or mixing or whatever. There was a time I was recording bands at my house. So
Really?
yeah. So
Huh.
I just, they'd ask me to try and train somebody to help me do this. And I'm like, really, you got to want to do it for one and have the aptitude to do it. To me, I don't even really think about it much. I just do it.
It's kind of like adjusting a photo.
Yeah.
When you talk about all the things you have to mix in and make sure
the
drummer's not too loud versus the vocals and
those
the
damn
bass.
drummers.
I know. Speaking of drummers, I know Tyler Halsey's new one is a loud drummer, but it makes for a hell of a show.
Oh, yeah, they're fun. They're fun. So, like I said, I've just been doing it for the best part of my life, so,
So are we going to hear you sing any karaoke lately, soon?
Possibly. It's been
What's your favorite?
I'm an 80s guy, so I do a lot of 80s stuff. I've tried to do some Van Halen. So
I heard that.
I'm a kind of the Van Halen guy. When I was doing bands around here, I was the Van Halen guy because that's pretty much all we played for the most part. So,
well, you can't go wrong with Van Halen.
You cannot go wrong with Van Halen.
Right? But that's our generation.
Right.
I think it helps some of the younger kids are familiar with some of their songs,
Right.
depending on where they went to college.
Right. I'm trying to turn my grandson on to AC/DC right now, but...
How old is he?
10. He just turned 10.
Give it a couple years.
Yeah.
He'll get into it eventually.
Well, he's going. We're going to the show here in April, so...
Where's that at?
Vegas.
Oh,
Vegas.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's nice that we can run up there for the big shows.
Yeah.
But do you ever reach out to Las Vegas bands to come down?
I do. I had Rowdy McCarran down here a few months ago, and that was amazing. And I was really shocked that I was able to get Rowdy come and play in my little bar, because he usually does the casinos and all that. So it was a great show, and hopefully I'm able to bring him back down again.
I think you should. I think I went to both nights for that, and it was a great show.
It was great. That was a top-notch show.
Mm-hmm. And again, you packed the house.
Yeah, it was good.
So, well, I'm excited to see what's coming up next. Who would you love to get in the future? Who's on your wish list?
Well, I kind of mix it up a little bit, and I tried to get a band called Smashing Alice come down from Las Vegas, because they're more of an alternative band, and that's one thing that's hard to find around in this area, is like an alternative band. And I would really love to try and put on a show like that.
I would love if you did that too.
Yeah.
Now, are you talking like alternative rock or like 80s wave?
Alternative rock. Alternative rock. They do some kid rock and stuff too. I mean, they mix it up. They're a really good band, but it's just hard to get some of these down here. So.
Yeah. Bringing them down kind of like 90s grunge era.
Right. There's just not enough bands to do that. If I was going to start a band right now, that's what I would do.
I think that's an excellent idea. Let's see if we can make that happen.
Right. Well, we do have, we already talked about our great food, our great entertainment. We also have gaming.
You do. Yes. You have a whole bar of games.
We have it all. I mean, Las Vegas gives you everything, or Nevada.
Yes, you have licenses for all the things.
Yes.
Except for table games.
Right.
But there's plenty of gambling at the bar itself.
Right, if you're not a gambler, we also have pool and darts there. So.
I've played on those pool tables.
Right.
Shot a few darts.
Right.
Do you have any incentives for people to come in and play?
Gambler's Bonus. We have Gambler's Bonus where you can gain extra credit bonus points and all that. And there's little free games that are thrown in while you're playing, so you can win some extra credit as well. We also do double jackpot there, where if you hit a royal on max credit, we'll give you 3 days to hit another one. We'll pay you double.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is a good deal. Have to be a club member.
Okay. How do you get on into the club?
Just ask one of the bartenders, and they'll set you up, and they'll get you logged into the club and all that. So as long as you're a club member, you hit a loaded royal, you hit another one within 72 hours, we'll pay you double.
That's cool.
We're the only ones around here that does that. So.
So Old Town is the only establishment that has live entertainment, but Bilberry Industries owns several other bars.
Yes. There's
Tell me about those.
Beside the Point. Gilligan's and Nat's Landing as well.
And each one of those have their own theme, right?
They all have their own theme.
So tell me about Gilligan's.
Gilligan's is what you would think, kind of an island theme and all that. And it's a nice little locals bar. People always tell me that, man, is there any... Oh, no, we have pretty good business there. It's always pretty steady. Then there's Beside the Point that's right next to South Point Market. Come by and see our amazing fish aquarium. And there we've put a lot of work into it, and it looks amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about the aquarium. That's neat.
And then there's Nat's Landing, where we have our adult game room as well, where we have pool, shuffleboard.
There are a lot of locals that will go in there and hang out in the back room, in the adult game room. Yeah. Do you still have the gigantic Jenga?
Big Jenga, yes. Yeah, giant Jenga.
That's a lot of fun about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. It's not fun if I come in at 8 o'clock in the morning and have to pick that stuff up.
Right. But you've got pool and darts there too.
Yes, we do.
And there is a stage there, isn't there?
Yeah, and we have a 150-inch screen on that stage too. So if you want to come over and watch football or hockey or any sporting event, it's bigger than that wall behind us. That screen is huge.
Do you do play any of the fights there?
We haven't, because there really hasn't been anything other than the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
And we did stream that on there.
Sure.
And we had the same problems half the world had with it locking up. But
right. Well, I wasn't home for that one. Right. I had a chamber event, but I heard it was a decent go to watch the fights before the big name fight.
Right. It was fun.
Cool.
It wasn't great, but it was fun.
You know what's awesome about those locations for our Laughlin residents? You can walk.
You can walk.
They are all within walking distance.
Yes.
Keep everybody safe.
So we tried to do a little bit of entertainment there. We had Johnny Luss there last Saturday doing his singer showcase. And
that's karaoke.
Yeah. Johnny calls it singer showcase. So.
Okay. But for those who don't know,
right,
karaoke.
Right, and
he's got a great voice.
He has a good following too. He has a good following, so we'll probably have him back there next month as well. We do have his band Three Blind Mice coming up March 9th at Old Town Saloon. So,
okay.
I try to get a lot of local acts in there. And
yeah, local is good. We've got a lot of entertainers here. They may not be young, but they are well experienced and they're great musicians. Yeah. And I think that more people should come out and take advantage of our local entertainment.
I'm telling you, I think people need to come down and watch Catbone and their new Envision band. They were great before. I think they're going to be even better now.
That's cool. Send me an invite.
I certainly will.
I'll head over. Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming to What's Up on the River.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being here, and we will catch you guys on the next episode.